You know the wild part with this generation, though? I guarantee you, a lot of your boxers who watch or your MMA fighters, they've been watching highlights. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
now, when they watch the highlights, they are watching success. Okay. So,
Yes.
like with my players, the ones that have been with me a while, they're over it. But some of the ones that are coming in, they've watched so many highlights of Steph Curry. Okay.
Mm.
It'll come on ESPN. Steph Curry had 35 tonight. And they'll show Steph Curry hitting 8 straight J's. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't show the 15 that he missed.
Yeah.
So all they're seeing is these makes. So when they miss a shot, it's like the world is over. And
Yeah.
it's that whole mental of it that, no, man, if that thing doesn't do what I wanted, I don't even use the term miss. I say when it doesn't do what I want it to do, I correct it.
I like
So,
that.
so when
I
somebody
like
says,
that.
oh man, you just like I would be when I was shooting coach with the Lakers, I shoot with them guys all the time. And Ronnie Tour, y'all, he would be the main one. You ain't gonna make every shot. I say, well, I ain't never missed one. It's like you just did. I said, that's what you saw. I didn't see that. All I saw is the correction that I gotta make. I ain't see what you saying. So you seeing something, you seeing an aberration. I don't fucking miss, excuse my French. I don't miss.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat inside the streets of awaken. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, then everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Belly scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the song at the board show. Becoming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a bum in the basement. You a Captain Saber, whole you just touching the cake pin. I fuck your baby mama in the ass of the fake pin.
It sounds like the reason why we were laughing so hard is because when you started talking about that, listening to Corey talk about coaching AAU, it sounds just like that. And it's funny because we were discussing all this, and I'm like, I don't know how basketball is like this so much, because when I look at football, like I was a big football dude. So it's like I played football my whole life. I got a 15-year-old son that wants to hoop, but he's really good at football. So everything he's grinding on that.
Gotcha.
And then I look at fighting, and it's like we spend so much time working on the simple things and the fundamentals and don't get caught up with making it. To me, if you do it right, that looks pretty. If you do it technically sound, if I throw a punch and this shoulder rolls to my chin and I'm protected so you can't hit me, I'm good. If I slip a punch and it narrowly misses me and my shoulders roll perfectly, that means you're open all day. I just created all the space that I needed, and now it's going to go pop, pop, and it's going to be game over. And it's like working on those small things to be great instead of like, oh, let me do something that looks so pretty and put myself back in danger. I don't understand. Basketball seems funny to me that way.
And that's the wild part is the fundamentals, man. Like we say when we golfing, it ain't no picture on the scorecard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it ain't gotta look good. It's just gotta be effective. And that's the part. That's the part for me with these young folks is that everything has to be, oh, I broke your ankles. Oh, I did this. And I'm like, brother, even like with the players that I'm training right now, one of the keys for me is I tell them, if we working out and then you go into game situation and then you doing all these histrionics, man, you're gonna have a problem. So if we shooting threes in practice and now you go into scrimmage and you make a three and you start doing signals with your fingers and your hands, hey brother, we got a problem because you're not concentrating on getting back in the defensive model that we need you to get into, and that this is a transition game. It's not a transition from you making a shot to you celebrating. No, it's a transition from you making a shot to you becoming a defender. You know what I'm saying? And that the whole followers, everybody has histrionics because I have to have so many followers and I have to make sure that I identify clearly who I am so that I'll create more followers for me. So everybody has some type of something that they do to prove I just made a basket. I just dunked on somebody. I have to. And my thing is, okay, you do all of that and then you lose by 30.
Yeah.
You know, I watched the game last year and I laughed my ass off. I'm like, they came down, they shot 5 straight threes and nobody made a bucket. And they were still, it wasn't no timeout called. And I'm like, whoo-wee. It would have been lovely to play in this day because all you can do, I couldn't even imagine guarding Isaiah right now. When I knew that Isaiah was going to bring this thing down to the wing first and look down at a James Edwards. Okay? That was going to happen first. Now, if he didn't have that, now you're going to get a screen coming either from Mahorn coming from the top or James Edwards coming out of the given one. Okay? Now the game is like, shit, Zeke would have dribbled all day long. You think about it. They talk about John Morant dribbled how many times in a game? I mean, it was ridiculous. It was something like it was over 300 times in a game, man. You stop and you think about that. And I was like, when I think about just the bad boys backcourt, you know, when they were dribbling that thing down and they were going into effective movements, it was no wasted motion. Now there's so much wasted motion. A guy come down, dribble to one side of the court, come call for a screen and roll, dribble back to the other side. Now it's only 8 seconds left on the shot clock, so I got to launch a 3.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of the things as a coach always talking about win as many battles as you can so you can win the war. You don't have time to sit here and worry about the battle you lost.
Oh,
it's
man.
like if I take a punch, I can't stress about the punch that I just took because there's more coming and I got to deliver something. If I land a shot, I can't worry about the shot I just landed because the war isn't won yet. We haven't won the war.
You know the wild part with this generation, though? I guarantee you, a lot of your boxers who walk or your MMA fighters, they've been watching highlights. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So now, when they watch the highlights, they are watching success. Okay.
Yes.
So, like with my players, the ones that have been with me a while, they're over it. But some of the ones that are coming in, they've watched so many highlights of Steph Curry. Okay. It'll come on ESPN. Steph Curry had 35 tonight. And they'll show Steph Curry hitting 8 straight J's. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't show the 15 that he missed.
Yeah.
So all they're seeing is these makes. So when they miss a shot, it's like the world is over. And it's that whole mental of it that, no, man, if that thing doesn't do what I want, I don't even use the term miss. I say when it doesn't do what I want it to do, I correct it.
I like that.
So when somebody says, oh man, you just like I would be when I was shooting coach with the Lakers, I shoot with them guys all the time. And Ronnie Turiaf, he would be the main one. You ain't gonna make every shot. I say, well, I ain't never missed one. He's like, you just did. I said, that's what you saw. I didn't see that. All I saw was the correction that I gotta make. I ain't see what you saying. So you seeing something, you seeing an aberration. I don't fucking miss, excuse my French. I don't miss.
Yeah, no, you good. I love it.
Leave that alone.
I love that so much. That's a great mentality to have. So I don't make fun of Corey, but I tell him that I'm very blessed. And I keep talking about it like I get to punish people. Like if you don't do it correctly, there's repercussions. First of all, you might go home bloody that day. Or I'll just have you doing burpees and get-ups and I'll make your life hell.
If you do that with basketball players, you won't have a team.
That's what I make fun of. That's exactly why I make fun. That was to my point. How do you create this mental toughness in a time period where people run away from that or that's looked down upon? And like you can't. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, it's like this. One thing, Don Nelson's crazy as hell as a coach. Okay. And when I got traded to the Bucks, Terry, myself, and Ricky Pierce, I got there for the second practice, and I see Ricky and Terry on the elevator when I'm coming to the hotel checking in, and they say, "Man, Hodge, this cat is crazy." And I'm like, "Oh, it couldn't be that bad, right?" So go up and meet Nelly, and he was like, "Yeah, I could have made the deal for you a year ago, but they didn't want to. I could have made the deal for Terry and Ricky a year ago, but they didn't want to put you in. I think you got a long career. But the key I wanted to ask you, can you handle somebody cussing you out?" And I started laughing, right? Man, I got to the gym that night, bro, and it was the absolute worst practice I ever had in my life, to the point where after 30 minutes, I told Terry Cummins, I'm getting ready to ask to be traded, bro. You feel me? It was
Yeah.
30 straight minutes of me doing nothing but defensive slides. Okay.
Ooh.
So now
Ooh.
that training camp was 30 straight days of 2-a-days, three and a half hours each session. Okay. Now, today's NBA training camp is no more than 7 days. They can't work more than 3 hours, which is including meetings. They have to be in and out of that building in 3 hours, bro. Now, another cold part is they do not scrimmage during the season. So there's no way for you to take nobody's spot. Okay? So now when we look at the toughness of this thing and how do we build that? How do we build that? Don Nelson told me one thing. He said, man, when the way you want to break your team is you make them hate you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once you get them hating you, you know you got a squad.
Yeah.
So when I coached my high school team, I was never close to them in their proximity. I'm standing on the sideline, y'all ass on the baseline, and I'm at half court, and I'm straight. I was on them so hard, I would have to leave the gym and go laugh at myself because that totally ain't my character.
Yes. I've been there. I've been exactly. Yep. I've
That
been
ain't my
there.
character. I had to
Yeah.
go out because I was getting ready. I was getting ready to crack up while I'm in there, but I can't let them see that. So I got to go out and come back and tell my son, "Yo, handle this, man. I'll be back." You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh man,
it
that's
was
funny.
because the thing is that when we grew up, they ran you to death. That was our whole thing, man. You trying to run me to death, man. You feel me? Where now it's a thing where this generation has been so coddled that you have to find a niche to get through. This is basketball. Where you at? Yeah, you can slap the shit out of. I can get
Oh
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But me and my boy, we can't do that because
Yeah. That's why I think it's funny. I think it's funny.
we
Y'all
can't
can't.
do it.
Y'all stuck.
But once again, when I go back to my upbringing, man, my uncle was in 1962, 63. He led junior college in scoring 2 straight years. Okay. And he would take me on the school ground, man, when I was like 7th grade, and he would actually punish me. I mean, bow me, bow me in
Yeah.
the, bow me in the temple, bow me in the neck, and have me walking home, and he'll make me dribble all the way home. Don't let your ball die. So I'm dribbling the whole way home and crying and shit. And he'll tell me, as soon as we turn the corner, he'd be like, all right, sit your ass out here until them tears go. If you go in the house and act like I done did something to you, you ain't going to no more games. And I sit there till I got myself together. You know what I'm saying? But that's that part where, even to the point where the physicality in the game compared to when we played is totally different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a different, so you have to try to push them buttons, always knowing that, man, there's something inside these young folks that they need discipline. They crave discipline.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that you'll notice, even in your what you're doing with your fighters, man, is that you give them that discipline, or you give them a taste of it, and then you tell they ass to go home. They'll be back tomorrow.
Yep. Yep.
And
Always.
that's the way I always do it. Probably it'll be 40 minutes left in practice, and I'll make their ass get on the line and run 5 suicides and go home. But we want to shoot. No, go home. Go home. Now, when y'all come back tomorrow, first thing we starting off with suicides. What, coach? Yeah, we starting off with suicides tomorrow because I know y'all gonna want to play after that. You feel me? So now
Yeah.
we gonna get in shape. If nothing else, we gonna be in shape. And that's the part where I think the discipline comes in, is that half of these children don't know where that wall is. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh man. Yes. Yes.
They don't know
That's
where the
something we
wall
talk.
is.
We talk about that on here often. And it's something, because Corey coaches, I coach, like it's something, it's a conversation that we have on a consistent basis, and it's about pushing that wall. I mean, all the moments you just described made me think about like ripping belts off the wall because I was like they weren't doing their job right, and I walk out and I just look at my wife. I was like, did I overdo it? That's kind of fun. Like I was just laughing because
Right, right.
I had to show them something because they just weren't doing their job, and I'm like, y'all don't realize you're gonna get hurt when you walk in these
Yeah,
situations. But
man. Yeah, man.
it's always pushing people to the next level. I don't know how I don't know how baseball or basketball or sports like that where it's not as physical. In football, you can still punish them. You can,
Yeah.
there's a punishment.
And you know why it's wild, like you say, you control you, right? So Phil Jackson, once again, like I said, best manager of people. So when we're in the 90s, and then I'm with him in the 2000s, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And to see the difference, man, the first day I got on the Lakers, I got to the Lakers for training camp, and it blew my mind. Nobody carried their own bag.
Mm.
Nobody had to worry about any gear. You just had to show up. They got shoes, they got all that. And I was like, wow, this has changed. Then to see like, okay, Phil got to a point where he's like, the last year, he's like, okay, come to training camp. He's like, right now, I just passed by a mailman. I just passed by people standing on the corner getting ready to go to work. They got 8 hours. But you know what? I only can have 3 hours with y'all. And y'all gonna be here for every minute of that 3 hours. He said, think about it. He said, I want y'all to actually think about what you have.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want you to think about what you have and what you make from this. I want you to put in the time that it takes to be professional about it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the part that, whenever you, and even with your fighters, tell them that when you put that pro in front of your name, that means something, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a plumber, you're a pro at it. And that means that you have put in some time. First of all, you put in time with that point that we just discussed, that point where you didn't know Jack, and somebody had to discipline you into knowing. When you came to work or to practice thinking that I got to show your young ass that you don't know nothing.
Yeah.
And to be able to go through that process to the process of being able to humble yourself and say, man, you're right, coach, I don't know Jack. Give me what I need to know. Now we ready to roll. Now, once you get to that point, now you can control you. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many times that we're not in a position to control ourselves because we haven't done enough study to know what control is in this position, in this position, in this when this is happening, how do I control myself in different realms of this thing, man? And that was the coolest part about Black Studies for me, is that it taught me that you can never go into this world and not have some type of perspective on what it is you're facing. So if you're not researching things across the board, not just in the area of what you think you want to study, and that's the cool part of history, that it rewards our research, man, across so many different areas. And that in that we can become better makers in the choices that come before us, man. And that it becomes a reality that, you know what? I do control me, and that it's not just a mantra that coach is trying to get through to me. It's a reality that, how do I go about that? And then once again, like we said, and I was laughing, we were laughing about, that's what age gives you. Age gives you that experience to be able to say, now I know what I can control and what I don't have no control over. So that which I ain't got no control over, I ain't worried about how another brother is shooting. I know what I shoot. I know how I shoot. And I'm not concerned about, what Donald Trump is doing. And like I'm telling my people right now, with this whole geopolitical thing going on, we're in the best position we ever been in since our ancestors came here, because our ancestors on the mainland, on the homeland, is doing their thing. And then now the resources are back in the hands of our people. So as we sit here today, when we say you control you have a choice of whether you roll on freedom or whether you roll in the system. And if you roll on freedom, you become an entrepreneurial in your mind and in the coalitions that we build. Who are allies? Who are allies? Right now, we're at a point in our history at better than any other point to become unified. But there's a certain measure of us that is still chasing that billionaires club thing. You know what I'm saying? That we come out of competition, we come out of entertainment. Now we want to see if we can be on Forbes 500 list. And you know, that's not even in our nature, man. It ain't in our nature not to share. You know, that ain't even us, man.
Man, this is so dope. You just thank you for saying all that, and it just hits home in a major way. So this is my last question for you. But I am saying I would love to do this a few more times.
Oh yeah, and you know what we need to do, what we have to start doing too, brother, is that we got to start doing them both live with people for question and answers and streaming because now more than any other period of time, this medium, you know, and I laugh about it and I say it all the time because once again, I'm in that generation. Gil Scott told us that the revolution wouldn't be televised, but he didn't say anything about streaming because he didn't know it.
I'm with you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I just thought like this part doesn't even have to be in the podcast. I'm literally thinking about something Corey and I were talking about because I do speak, like I do motivational speaking, and it would be cool to do that event and have you just be there. And it was like, it was going to be a free event. And so it was like, I just wanted to talk to people, and you bring so much more knowledge and wisdom because of age. Like I appreciate that and I respect that. I respect like you got almost 20 years on me. Like I respect that very much. So my last question, what was your you control you moment where you're like, okay, I need to take control of this here. I'm steering the wrong way. I need to take control.
Check this out. When I didn't get a contract.
When
I didn't get a contract, brother. I've been hooping since I was 8 years old, formally. When it ain't no hoop session going on in October, okay? At that point, I was clinically depressed. All right? Now, the thing that control you talk about was me going back to college. All right? I got Message to the Black Man again. I read that again. And I read The Black Man of the Nile Valley again. And I stayed on them. Because for me, it's the realization that I don't have control over what and how their industry respects or disrespects me. What I have control over is whether or not I stop because of them. So during that period of time, my sons were growing and they were going in their teenage years. They want to hoop. So when I would send them off to school, I would read, take my butt to sleep, depressed, wake up at time to go to practice with them. And to this day, they say, man, Daddy, you used to be on us like you was playing against Isaiah. And I said, I was every day. I was going at them young boys so hard that I was probably getting damn near 150 points against them every day in practice. Because I wasn't passing to nobody. I was trying to dunk on people. I was doing stuff that was totally out of my character, but it kept me afloat.
Yeah.
Because I'm a student athlete. So I can study in the daytime and come hoop with y'all and keep it moving. And if something comes along, something comes along. You know what I'm saying? But it was never a point where I said, you know what? Y'all won. No, ain't no way. Ain't no way, because we know that the battle that we fought, and see, that's another thing, brother, is that it ain't no more terms. We in a new terminology now. We're in a victory mindset. If you ain't in a victory mindset, you're not gonna win.
Yeah.
So every championship Phil Jackson won, it was one word for every year: ring. So when we got together, 1, 2, 3, ring. That was it. That was it. And we got a ring at the end of that thing. So the mentality of knowing what it is to win, and that my people haven't never felt what it's like to win. We have to put that mentality of first. Winning is in your mentality first before it happens physically. And that winning mentality has to be one where we unify ourselves with ourselves, not because, and see, once again, the cool part of unifying with ourselves is so many other races and ethnicities gonna want to kick it with us because we the people.
Yeah. Always. Every day of the week. Every
Feel me?
day of the week.
So yeah,
Man.
man, brother, it's on, man. And this is, like I said, nothing is coincidental. It ain't coincidental that I was in what is it, Stoughton?
Yeah. Madison,
Yeah,
Wisconsin, Stone.
you
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah, yeah.
So in that area, that's, and then like you from Proviso East. When you said that, first person I thought about is my boy Shannon Brown. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because Shannon was with me in LA. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that,
Him and D Brown came up like D Brown
yeah,
went to
man.
Illinois. Shannon went over to Michigan State. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And it's so funny, like we talk about the fundamentals. Shannon could not understand why he wasn't getting no run, right? Because he would do crazy shit in practice,
Oh, yeah.
and it would be like, gotta play him, right? So Phil tells me one day before practice, get with Shannon on the toss back. And I knew what he was saying right away, right? So we're in the film session, and it's a portion where Shannon makes a pass, right? And Phils tells me, "Yeah, you got to get with Hodge, right?" So he comes out, and I told him, he's like, "Man, what do that mean?" I said, "Dude, let me tell you why you ain't been playing. You haven't been playing because you cannot make a pass, a transition pass from the left side of the court, from the right side of the court, and make that pass left-handed. Okay, every pass." And now you know how cold Shannon was. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You drafted and all this. Every pass Shannon made was almost a chest pass. I don't care where it was going. It was coming from his waist, coming from his waist, coming from his waist. And I'm telling him, come on, bro, get on the toss back. And then once he got on it, he was playing right away after a week. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, and it's so many brothers that come into the system and think the system is going to change for you. No, Phil ain't gonna change. Phil ain't gonna put. He ain't gonna put no tweaks in it for you. He might put a tweak in for Kobe, MJ, because we
Yeah.
need them to score. But tweaking on just out of the system now, bro. Let's learn this shit, and you're gonna get some great opportunities. And once he got into it, man, sky was the limit, man.
Yeah. That's incredible, man.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for doing this. We appreciate you so much. And like, whether we come there or you come up here, like, we'll make that work because we're all about.
One of the things
We
that since one of the things that I'm working on and gonna work through are I would like to, if y'all could, get me in touch with the Black Student Union at
at
Madison.
UW,
Yes.
UW Madison. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's one of the things. That's what I'm working on, is being able to utilize the Black student unions as a vehicle to unify folks. Through mentor programs where we go back home and we go to work.
Yeah. Now that just made me think of a few people now. Man, yeah. No, we could definitely do that.
And
And
that would be a great venue for us to do the show, bro.
oh, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes. That just made yep. We're on it. We're on our job. And again, thank you so much, sir, for jumping on here. We appreciate it so much.
Big fun, man. Appreciate y'all. Blessings on blessings.
No doubt. You control you. We out.
Peace, peace.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat inside the streets of awaken, I'm making the break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, shit. Everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in, barely scraping by. But now I'm paid, look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood, I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the stuff at the award show, becoming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a woman in the basement. You a Captain Saber, who you just touching the cake in. I fuck your baby mama in the